Good morning. So this reading is for Monday, January 27th. And what I'm doing here is just pulling a little bit about our past. Current energy. You're coming across a very dominant in this reading. There's a lot of, oh my God, okay. Future energy here. There's a lot of king energy showing up here. That's the dominance that I'm picking up on. It's almost to the point of emperor. We have 3 of the 4 kings represented. Okay, wow. So this is a really good turn of events that's taking place here. When I look at the bottom of the deck and I see the 10 of Cups, things are moving in the right direction. Whether you actually have that full vision in front of you, you probably don't. You probably see a portion of it and just not all of it. And I'm not getting a clear number because it feels like different people are seeing different progress. You're at different points in your journey. And so the 10 of Cups does represent long-term emotional fulfillment. This is something that you're really aiming towards. This whole new cycle that we're in now feels very heart-focused instead of kind of that physical, tangible, monetary, let's consume as much as possible, let's collect as much as possible, how much wealth can I acquire? It feels more like we're taking it down a layer. We're going more into the emotional side of everything. And how does that make me feel? And what do I need here? And so there's this emphasis on this kind of long-term emotional fulfillment that just keeps cropping up, but it's becoming more and more dominant every day. And so when I look at the past energy here, and I'm getting the 5 of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Moon. So these 3 cards, and it's fascinating the way that they're coming up. We're already going through some sort of release. The kind of, as it comes to this kind of Aquarius energy, this liberating energy, we're in it already. We've been kind of going through it. We started to see it around the middle of the month, and it's a building energy. But what I love about this is that you can see here, there's a clear release that's been taking place. The work has already started. That 5 of Pentacles is about leaving something behind. King of Swords, this is air energy, Aquarius energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but there's so much in the sign of Aquarius right now that this really is the dominant sign that's represented here. And so this is about liberating, breaking free from anything connected to the past. We've got the Moon. There's things that are still maybe coming to the surface that need to be addressed. But what I'm getting a sense of is that this shadow, how you feel about things, is really what's driving it here. You might not have all the answers, but you know what's not working for you. That's how the past energy is showing up. This current energy, so we actually had 4 cards that popped out. The first one is the King of Wands. Then I have the King of Cups with the Ace of Cups. So we have 3 kings out here. And then I have the Ace of Pentacles. So the way that this is playing out, I really just love the energy that we're in. You can see that the work started here in the past where there was this disconnect, really leaning into that liberating kind of energy, focusing on what you want from an emotion standpoint, because that Moon does drive your emotions. It is your emotional lens. And we've got the King of Wands. So it's really initiating some sort of action here, because it's not just about releasing something. It's about what do you want to fill that gap or that void with. And that's where this King of Cups with the Ace of Cups is really showing up. I keep getting this message and it just keeps coming through really loud and clear. You're going after something that you want. Keyword want in this situation. You're not going to settle for anything less. You do have long-term goals and prosperity, but it feels like you're just taking it a layer deeper. It's not about letting go of what you've accomplished for yourself, but it's kind of adding this additional layer and creating a whole new journey in the meantime. And so I love the way that this is playing out. What I see here in the future energy, and I just get a sense that this is going to kind of keep creeping up on us from time to time as we go through 2025 and we really liberate ourselves from all of the limitations and restrictions and any kind of holds that the past might have on us, because that's what this really represents. I'm getting a very strong connection to the past. Either the past is trying to pull you back into it, and it might because it's a comfort zone. You feel good, okay, maybe you don't feel good in the situation, but you feel comfortable in it. You know how to navigate it. That's what this devil energy represents. It's like these old ways of thinking, old ways of behaving, but you became accustomed to it. You kind of knew how to navigate it. And I kind of always equate it to, you can be at a job and then the job itself becomes very unhealthy for you. And you almost develop this kind of sense of, well, yeah, but it pays the bills. And so I'm just going to stay in it because I'm afraid of going after something better. And I know how to work with this energy. I know when my boss is going to be in a bad mood. I know when things are not going to go my way. And I know how to navigate that. That's the kind of energy that the devil here is representing. It's like this old way of thinking and behaving, but this is something that you need to release. And I see that here with the Hermit. So there is going to be a lot of reflection on the past, what works, what doesn't work, and really focusing here on your future. So how do you kind of fill in that gap? Because what you're doing right now, or what you will be doing here in the future energy, is trying to heal from all those past patterns and behaviors. And this is why it keeps coming to the surface, because you need to address it so that you can go ahead and manifest exactly what you want here. So let's get some additional detail. Okay, so clarifying the Five of Pentacles is the Two of Swords. So when it came to actually letting go of something, you might have been aware of it for a period of time, 2 months, 2 years, where you recognize that this is something that does need to change, but you almost felt powerless to be able to do anything about it. You weren't sure what you needed to do, and it feels like every time that you tried to make a choice or decide to let go of something, move away from a situation, that obstacles were thrown in your way and you weren't able to actually let go of the situation. It kept drawing you back in, is the sense that I'm getting. But then as we had Pluto move into Aquarius, and as we've continued to have planets move into the sign of Aquarius right now, the momentum for actually letting it go, it's been building. And that Page of Swords is that clarifying. You suddenly had this realization of what you needed to do in order to let things go. And so it is a work in progress. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is definitely something that's going to take some time to let go. Those patterns didn't develop overnight. Disconnecting from those patterns is also not going to happen overnight. That disconnecting might take a little bit longer than you think. With the Moon and the King of Wands, it really is that same energy. So when you think about, I know how I feel about a situation, because that is the Moon energy, but it is also about things being in shadow. So even if you didn't have all the answers, you knew enough to figure out what actions you needed to take. The King of Wands, clarifying the Moon, really does show up here in the present. So this might have been a recent realization for you of, okay, well, I just can't be in this energy anymore. I can't get stuck. I have to start letting go, which means you almost had to forge a path forward. You really just had to take control of a situation and move on. I love the way that this is playing out here. Oh my God. Okay. I love when I get double cards, because it's just, when the cards show up more than once in a reading, it's a very strong message. And so clarifying this King of Wands is the Fool card. And so we've got a couple of aces out here, and one of the aces is about to repeat itself. So this is a very strong, powerful new beginning. This is about you taking control of your life, of your situation, really making decisions for yourself. That Fool card is that kind of leap of faith, knowing that you don't have to have all the answers, but you're going to move forward anyway, and you're really ready to embark on this new journey. And that's where you are right now. So it's, yes, the whole transformation of letting go of things, that is going to happen over time. But this kind of period right now, like roughly 2-week period that I'm picking up on, middle to late, well, to the end of January, really, there's going to be a major release that's taking place. And it's really opening you up to go after something here, really start and initiate that new beginning. And clarifying the Ace of Cups with the King of Cups here, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. And so there is some longevity here. You are looking for a long-term situation, growth, prosperity. Now, this doesn't have to be a love interest, but what I'm getting a strong sense of is that you are looking for a community. I'm getting a strong sense of community, whether it's a work community, it's a family. It's building something very solid and stable and really growing whatever you've accomplished here in the past. I'm just getting the sense of like you've already built a very solid foundation. And so how do you kind of build up from that? And clarifying the Ace of Pentacles is the Ace of Cups. And so I love that the Ace of Cups is out here twice. Again, very focused on your emotional needs, Where are you going to be happiest? What is really going to make you the happiest here? And planting those seeds for long-term growth. Yep. Okay, one card on the Magician. Clarifying the Devil is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, I'm getting a lot of temptation, a lot of opportunities. So there is something from the past that might be resurfacing, and it's actually going to be sort of a test. What it's trying to show you, or how it's going to present itself. Let me start how it's presenting itself versus the lesson connected to it. The way that it's going to present itself, it's going to look like there's an opportunity from the past coming back around, and it looked like there might be multiple opportunities, and it's going to leave you feeling very confused, because when you think about where you are in the past, you were wanting this opportunity. There was a period of time where you would have done anything to make this a reality. So whether it was a job, it was love, whatever it was. And the way that it's going to show up now, it's like, well, I'm here now. So what are you going to do about it? This is really a test for you. The test here, the lesson connected to it is, as you grow and evolve, because you are leveling up. We've got 3 of the 4 kings out here. Is this really what you want? Is this really what you want? Because when you really think about it, the answer is going to be no. There is something here that the opportunity that's presenting itself, it feels like it's a long term. I'm getting a lot of finance connected to this one. So it feels like it's tempting from a financial perspective, and that this would be opening some sort of door for you, but it's not the door that you think it is. It's not the opportunity that it presents itself to be. It's kind of a false flag of sorts. And the Emperor showing up with the Hermit energy. The Emperor, I mean, you're really leveling up. The Emperor is all 4 kings. We've got 3 of the kings out here. The only king that is missing is actually showing up as queen. And so you're really leveling up in this entire scenario. And so you're going to do a lot of reflection. You don't need to make a response. You don't need to respond right away. It'll be a red flag if you do. You're going to know right away that that's not the right opportunity for me, because I need to be able to think it through, really weigh all of my options here, figure out if this is the right thing for me to do. Emperor, you're going to stand in your own right. You're not going to let anybody bully you or manipulate you in any way. The Emperor is Mars energy. It's the god of war. And so when it comes down to making a decision on this opportunity, I'm getting a very strong sense of no, you're going to pass. And you're going to pass because it doesn't align with your future and what you want for yourself. And this is where I'm getting the card, the 3 of Wands, clarifying the Magician. The 3 of Wands is a card of patience connected to the Magician. So when it comes to manifesting what you want, it's not about the quick wins. It's about really setting yourself up for something here that's long-term growth, abundance, prosperity, all of the things that you really want here. And so you're going to be patient. You're going to let things unfold in their natural timing. That doesn't mean you're not taking action. It just means that you don't need to rush into anything, and you're not going to be in that energy either. So that's going to be a huge red flag. If this Devil shows up needing an answer right away, 24 hours, you know, if you don't tell me right away, I'm moving on to the next person. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. That's really how it's going to play out, because you're not going to be in the space of feeling like you should make a knee-jerk reaction or have this kind of immediate, I need to make a decision now, or I'm going to miss this opportunity. If it's something like that that's really stressing you out, that's actually going to be another sign that it's not the right opportunity for you. So this is the reading for Monday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.